Yo, what's up? What's happening? Welcome to another episode of Life is Funny, a web series where I talk about the things that I find funny in life. And just before I got on here, I saw a article, ESPN article about Ja Morant getting suspended for one game for conduct detrimental to the team. I guess this week they had a game, and then afterwards they asked him a question, and he was like, "Yo, you got to holler at the coaching, man. Ja got to go. They need to go ahead and trade Ja for parts. He can go ahead and start his around the league tour. Uh, he is Mister Can't Get Right. I think what happened, man, is he came from that small school, was it Murray State, and blew up, got big, got too big for his britches. He is the sole provider in his home, and so can't nobody tell him shit. And that just distorted his reality. And they should have known after the whole gun incident, and they tried to warn him like, "Bruh, you tripping," and then he just kept at it, and then did the finger gun and all that. It's like, bruh, this ain't gonna work. And Memphis is the last place that Ja needs to be. I'm surprised that nobody has ran up on that dude, man. But this is what happens, man. These county boys, these suburban babies, they think they so tough. They're enamored with the hood. They're enamored with gang culture. They're enamored with violence, and they want to be part of that life. They want to cosplay as a gangster, and you can play gangster until you run up on a real one. Like I remember I remember I was in high school, and I grew up in Florissant, Missouri, and there was this one dude. It was a group of dudes, and they decided to rob one of the local banks, and somehow, some way, they thought they were gonna get away with it. They actually, I heard they planned the robbery at the lunchroom table at school. Shout out to Hazelwood Central, but they planned the robbery, and so they ended up getting caught. One of them snitched, and another one, fuck it, I'll say a name, Lloyd. There we go. Lloyd ended up doing, I think, about 17 years. And I got a partner from high school as well, and every once in a while he would just put in my text messages, he would just say the robbery, and we knew exactly what was going down, and that was a tale to be like, yo, don't follow down that path. And Lloyd, he ended up, after 17, he ended up getting out, and he ended up going right back into prison because he did not know how to live a life of freedom, man. It's sad, man. It's sad. That's one thing, man. I'll say, like, you can put football players, veterans, and convicts in the same room, and our stories are eerily similar. Whereas, like, the only difference between, because all three try to go back in. Like, convicts, they got a place for you. Athletes, especially football players, you can always stay close to the game. And I've even known veterans that have tried to go back in the military. Not me though, but hey, it's time for Ja to get traded. Like, yo, hey, go ahead and get rid of him. Do him a favor, and because his body is gonna break down anyways. His body is not conducive, is not for a long-term play because of how hard he only know one speed. Well, I don't know. Well, his game is conducive to being around the league tour like Russell Westbrook. But yeah, go ahead and let Ja go, man. It's interesting. He probably ain't getting a lot of great guidance because his dad tries to be. He's a fanboy, He's one of them. Hey, I'm trying to be a friend, but yeah, I think Ja was a private school kid, or at least grew up in the suburbs. It's reminding me of yeah, that I guess in that whole that Julio Foolio murder, one of the kids that provided the guns, the weaponry, he was that nice boy, the light skinned county boy, the beige boy brother, trying to be hard, man. Now he about to do life. But at least shout out to the light skinned chick, well, Alicia, I can't remember her name. She had Princess tatted on her neck. She got convicted of second degree, no, a manslaughter. So just hanging out with the wrong crowd. Oh man, parent your kids, parent your kids, parent your kids. Rest in peace, Julio Foolio. Oh man, that one is a crazy trial. There's too many cameras out here to be trying to commit crimes. But back to basketball, we got Klay Thompson uh, with Meg The Stallion. Be careful, bro. Be careful. I remember I did when I was doing stand up comedy. I talked about how I had a joke that was saying that Tory didn't shoot Meg, Kelsey shot Meg because women will shoot each other over the same dick. Free Tory. And I guess Klay Thompson, his productivity has gone down mainly because the nigga old. He done tore his Achilles, blew out his ACL before, and so the brother, he needs to go ahead and go on his around the league tour as we get a ESPN and notification. But he needs to go on his around the league tour, and then also he is trying to lock down a hoe. Now I will say, hoes make the best housewives, but they aren't housewives. But they do make, you know what? I'll take that back. They do make the best housewives because all that whole stuff that they was spreading around, they bring it right on home. But the problem is, you've got to stay on top. You got to make sure home is great. You too busy worrying about home, because if you don't, that hoe gonna stray outside the home. Or you got to make sure that you're making enough money to make her want to stay home. Speaking of which, big ups to Tiana Trump. She is locked down by a soccer player. I don't foresee her going anywhere because I know that contract that he gave her. Big money, big money, big money. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens after Klay. But it's funny because the only Meg The Stallion song that I actually like, what was that hit when she was Tina Snow and had that one sample? I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But I was never a Meg The Stallion fan, because that music is just like, I'm not trying to hear the vibe. Body, yada, yada, yada. I was like, I'm cool. I'm cool, Meg. Your music is not for me. Not sonically, not the whatever she's talking about. I do like, I'm trying to think, what female rappers do I like? I like old Cardi. Of course, Lil Kim, Nicki. I don't like Nicki Pop. There's some new ones. I wish Caribou never left Concrete. I feel like there's some other ones. I can't think of them right now. It'll be all right. But we'll keep on moving. Let me see. Slave conversations. Slave conversations. I happen to know this one influencer who is, why am I trying to, I have one degree of separation from Clarence, the dude that came out with the Big Back song. My brother knows him, and it's funny seeing him do food ads or do influencing videos for food, because I'm like, this brother is going to die. He is killing himself trying to feed his family. And I was like, hey, maybe the brother need to do videos for, link up with a vegan spot, link up with a gym or something, like do videos for them, and hey, slim back, slim back, slim back. I just want the brother to live. But I was telling my brother, because I'm like, every time I see Clarence doing these videos, I'm like, bro, this is modern day sharecropping, because he's gotta make his videos basically to feed his family. He's got to do whatever them brands tell him needs to do, and he really can't be himself. And my brother was like, it's funny you brought that up, because Clarence used to have like skits about fat slaves. And I was like, oh my goodness, that would be funny to see, like the fat slaves on the plantation breathing heavy, trying to pick cotton or lift things. Like, they was big, so they look like they can lift stuff. But that led me to an idea about the conversations the slaves have had. Like, I would love to hear the conversations of the different levels of free slaves, because you had the slaves that were freed, that bought their own freedom. Then you had the slaves that ran away, and then you had the slaves that were emancipated. And so I bet they'd be in a room talking about who had it harder, like who was more free than the other one. I feel like the runaway slave appreciated their freedom more, because at every turn there was danger. Every single turn there was danger. And then they probably looked down on the slave that bought their freedom, because they were like, oh, you had an opportunity to make money. You played the game. You had a willing master that let you buy your freedom. I remember that that scene in Roots, where the one slave who bought his freedom, they was cockfighting at he told, hey, Chicken Joe, he's like, hey, if you work really, really hard, you could buy your freedom. And Chicken Joe was all like, I like to buy, my family nice things. He's like, hey, you want nice things for your family, or you want your freedom, homie? And then they probably both groups probably looked down on the emancipated slaves. They were like, you just had to wait it out, huh? Just had to wait it out. But that just makes me think of the fact that when Ye said that Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves, she just sold them to other, or she just had them work for other plantations, or had them work for other white folks. And this made me think, I was all like, knowing what I know, how things are set up now, I'm all like, that makes a lot of sense. I think that Harriet was signing slaves to 360 deals on other plantations. Where are these slaves are there any interviews with slaves that Harriet freed? It's like thinking about if, like, where's the footage of the Wilt Chamberlain 100-point game? But can you imagine that? Like, yo, I can get you to the Smith plantation, and guaranteed you get Sundays off. One Saturday a month you'll get off. You don't have to worry about your family being sold, and you got to do something very egregious to get beat. But I want a cut of your earnings. Oh man, slavery is funny. Slavery is funny. I know people be saying like we're slaves now. I'm like, nah, it's modern day sharecropping. That's what that is. And I wonder, like, I'd be wondering, like, when I used to do cross country or when I used to do road trips, especially in the South, I used to be like, yo, how did people escape to freedom? Like, bump the Underground Railroad. Like, what were you gonna do when you got to a river and you ain't had no boat and you ain't know how to swim and you don't know where you at? There's this spinoff of Roots. It's not Queen. It's not the new Roots. It's a spinoff where it's Kunta. Well, yeah, I'm still gonna call him by his free name, Kunta, and Fiddler, and they link up with this abolitionist. And so they're like, hey, yo, we're gonna make this thing happen. We're gonna have this boat come down, and it's gonna be you and some slaves. Y'all gonna get y'all freedom. And so the boat come, but there is only room for a small group of slaves and either Fiddler or Kunta. And Fiddler was all like, hey, Kunta, you can get on the boat. It's like, you can get on the boat, you can go get your freedom. I wouldn't know how I've been a slave so long, I wouldn't know how to be free. That was crazy to, just to even hear it. And Kunta was all like, you the homie, you've been with me since the beginning. I ain't gonna go. I'm gonna stay with you, man. And they watched the boat, they watched their freedom go. And they came up with some excuse and got back. They was cool, but it was just crazy to think about. Damn, dog. Could have had your freedom, but one of y'all didn't know how to be free, and the other one was too loyal. Let me see, man. What else is funny in this world? Black people love unnecessary struggle, and they love to force the black struggle on you. And also, you gotta be a certain type of black person for black people to accept you. Don't let you be a conservative black. You gotta be a liberal black. You gotta be down with the cause. You gotta be down with the struggle. Fuck trying to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. It's funny, there's this I can't remember her name, but it was a black woman, conservative black woman, not Candace Owens, but she was running for some office, and she was, I think it was brought up that she asked for Obama's endorsement, and he was all like, nah, because she was all like, she was like, well, you were chastising black men for not supporting Kamala. Where's my endorsement? And like, people try to cut Obama some slack because they had, different political views, but it's like, this is a black woman. She is running for office. Support her. That's why I have other reasons why I don't fuck with Obama. I was in the army when Obama was in office. I swear I couldn't stay in the army, dog. Them cutbacks and shit. Nah, I'm cool. But Obama's a bitch ass nigga, man. Obama got bitch tendencies because he was raised by his mama. It happens. Nothing wrong with it. That's life. And he's sassy ass dude. Try to respectability politics, talk down to black men. Like, nah, bruh. It ain't it. And then, man, he that self-hate, man, he was bombing so many Arabs. And then what else? I was the first time I visited Hawaii, my parents lived down there, and my stepdad, he drove me by where the Obamas live, and their place in Hawaii. He told me before they built his house, he gave a pep talk to the homeless people because they were kicking the homeless people out. And I was like, man, he was giving a pep talk to the homeless. I want to live long enough to see the day where it's revealed that Michelle Obama was born with a penis. Hey, man, I went to Reddit for sample packs, because I'm a producer. I went to Reddit for one thing, and I came out learning that Michelle Obama was born with a penis. and they call her Big Mike. Now, I like a good conspiracy theory with the rest of them, but I would not be surprised because, like I said, when I was in the Army, I served during Bush and Obama, and I was in the Army before Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed or taken away. And of course, when Obama came in office, he was like, yo, do what y'all want. Love is love. All that. Obama did more for the LGBTQPIA plus community than he did for black people. Also, I learned that these trans women were able to get new bodies on Obamacare. When I was doing stand-up comedy, there was a trans black woman, and she was like, yeah, because of Obamacare, I was able to get titties and I was able to get my dick chopped off. And she talked about her bottom surgery, and me and a few of the comedy homies, we were just sitting there like, what the fuck are we hearing? And I heard on TikTok, I was like, do not Google bottom surgeries because it's graphic. And that is just, yo, it's a lot going on down there. And shout out to the post-op trans community, because I feel like I saw and when I was doing stand-up, the pre-ops weren't as funny as the post-ops. So I feel like the post-ops were dedicated to the cause, man. You gotta be. But shout out to the trans folks, man. They are forging the way on like acceptance. They're like, yo, y'all preaching love and acceptance. Y'all need to accept us. And y'all quit hating trans. Y'all quit hate Caitlyn Jenner, man. Shout out to Caitlyn. They hate her because she don't stand for, I learned this later, that she's the conservative type. But anywho, what else? Yeah, black people just love to force struggle on you, man. I'm fortunate because I have some racial ambiguity. Is that how you say that? Ambiguity? Yeah, say that 5 times fast. Um, I've got a mixture of things. So the only thing that really gives me away about my blackness is my hair. I got a sheep's wool. But as soon as I get fluent in Spanish, I might go the me not black route. I'm gonna see where that gets me. I'm gonna see where that gets me. Like, let's see if I get treated a little bit better. Cause I don't want to deal with that, man. I don't feel like dealing with struggle. Like, I love my black people, but I don't want to deal with all that struggle. I don't feel like playing life on all Madden. I mean, I didn't necessarily live life on all Madden. I had to step like slightly under all Madden because, the light skin kept me out of a lot of bullshit. But I don't know. I didn't make things easier by getting these face tats either. So a brother with face tats, nah, I'm just playing it a little bit harder, man. But I'm trying to think what else is there. Oh, I cannot wait to be fluent. I can't wait. So I can be like, yo, I am not part of the problem. Because down here in Mexico, the locals are not happy with the foreigners because, we raising up the prices. The same thing that's happening in the United States with gentrification and, cost of living going up. It's happening down here in Mexico. People moving down here, jacking up the prices. I went to the beach today and I saw somebody spray painted on this one little building that said locals only. And I'm all like, yo, your beef does not need to be with me. Your beef needs to be with your government, because I felt like to boost the economy, they were like, hey, digital nomads, come on down. But they were just jacking up the rent. And so the people are mad. So hey, my fellow Mexicans, your beef is not with me. Your beef is with your government. Like I said, the same thing with the United States. Your beef ain't with the foreigner or the people moving in. Your beef is supposed to be with the government that allows its policies to make that happen. Because what was happening was fucking punk ass Kamala Harris and Biden. They was letting all the immigrants in. Now you got ICE now booting them out, and the people are mad. It's like people are more mad about the ICE ads on Spotify than Spotify paying artists a fraction of a penny for each stream. And yeah, speaking of Kamala, because we're not done, can't stop, won't stop. She had the audacity to say that she felt like Biden was good enough to run again. And I'm like, what did you see? What did this blind bitch see or not see? Or the Nazis? Man. And I think Jon Stewart was all like, you thought he was good? Yo, go ahead, let Kamala run. I want her to have a full rollout. I just want to, like, she's going to give me so much material to work with. All right, the conservatives are funny enough. You know, they already got their level of delusion. But these liberals, and I wish conservatives and liberals would understand that, like, yo, y'all are on the same side of the crazy coin. But I don't know. I think that's it. I think that's all I got. That has been another episode of Life is Funny. Anytime you get pissed off at life, just look at it and laugh. Oh man, I swear I forgot. I gotta remember. It's gonna be at the end, but I gotta remember at the beginning. And we'll close out on this. God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good. Coochies are still pink, booty holes are brown, my skin is light, but my comedy is dark. Peace.